Good morning, coaches. This is Melissa. Um, I've been reading the book People Over Profit by Dale Partridge, and I think it's really an amazing book for us coaches. And although a lot of the discussion is about these larger brands, he does make analogies and references to how a smaller brand can, uh, you know, consider people over profits and really succeed in that space. Now, as you all know, you are all your own business owners and your very own brand. We are not alike. There's some differences in the way you run your business and the way I run my business and how we work with our challengers. But in this book, one of the things he talks about is providing value to people and really putting people first versus the sale first. And I wanted to relate that a little bit to some of the things we do as coaches. So personally, I take the approach that I begin coaching someone the moment they reply to my very first message to them. So if it is a comment on Facebook and they write me back, if it is a message on Messenger, if it is a text message, if it is a phone call, whatever might have been our very first interaction, I am now their coach. And I'm not saying that I am, reaming them on advice and just giving them all this stuff, but I'm listening. I'm working with them where they are, and I'm providing value from the very beginning so that they know that I'm someone who actually cares because I actually care, not because I want to appear as someone who actually cares. And they see, wow, this girl knows what she's talking about and she cares about me. Like, I always want, out of every single interaction I get, I want someone to say, thank you for listening. So that's how I put people over profit. Um, there's been a lot of discussion here and there as to whether offering free content and offering, free groups is of value to you. In my personal opinion, this is my personal opinion and my experience with my business, offering a lot up front for free has uh, done my business well. And in this book, he talks about different systems, different things you can do. But for me personally, my value comes in some of the information. So I have a blog that provides free information for people. I have a freemium. I have a free clean eating group. I am constantly giving advice, whether or not it's someone is asking for it on Facebook. I am providing value to people so that they want to be part of my world and they want to continue receiving that. Yes, of course, there will always be people who are going to jump on only the free things. So you think, right? But I have had the experience that somebody will jump on all of the free things for like a year. And then when they're ready, they're ready. And they're like the best challengers in the world because they are finally there. Um, the other thing he talks about is being very specific and careful, and for you to think out, your marketing and the things you provide to people. So, for example, you can easily provide someone a list of things to eat. We have tons of guides. You could take pictures of guides from Beachbody. You can copy and paste somebody else's guide, etc. However, you don't have to think up the content yourself. You are not a nutritionist. Let's say it's a grocery list. But you can make it look pretty. You can put value in the way it looks. You can create it and make it part of your brand. You can make someone feel special by printing it out and mailing it to them. You can send it to them in a professional looking email message. There's so many things you can do to add value and show someone that they're special to you, that their interest in the things you do is important, instead of just opening a Word document, copying and pasting something, or taking pictures of the Focus T25 eating plan and saying, eat that, It's about providing that extra step, being ahead of them before they are even thinking about it. So what I mean by this is, when I sign up a challenger, I set up a call to talk with them as soon as they get their box. And on that call, it's pretty much very simple. Hey, how are you? Did you read the materials? A lot of the times they haven't, and a lot of the times they won't. They'll just join the challenge group and expect that you're going to tell them all of this anyway. So I'm ahead of them. Did you read it? Let's open it. What questions do you have? Have you taken a look to see the eating plan? Are you okay with this? Do you know how many calories you should be eating? Let's calculate that. Let's take that extra step now to make sure you understand that I need pictures from you. I need measurements every Monday. These are the things that I'm telling them. And when I do, they're super appreciative, because one, they either didn't look at it themselves, or they're getting these reminders. And they know this girl knows what she's talking about. She's done this before. This isn't her very first challenge group. She understands, what it feels like to open that box. Because I don't know if you remember, but that was so exciting. Because you knew that whomever your upline is was going to call you up or was going to send you a text message. Did you get it? And you knew that you were going to be joining this challenge group, and there were going to be all these strangers in there. So I make sure to talk to them about all of that. This is how it works. We're going to start our prep week next week. You're going to start drinking Shakeology here. You can have it as a, whatever. Just give information. And then listen. Listen to what's going on in their mind. Do they have a vacation coming up? Is there a big day that's coming up? Are there apprehensions about the weekends? Do they understand that this is a commitment to themselves, and it's a really amazing commitment to themselves? So I take those steps. Other things that he talks about is like just remembering that quality is so important. Quality over quantity. And making sure that the things you do show people that you put quality first, but also that you appreciate them, and you do that by giving them quality stuff, giving them, access to podcasts. I have challengers who would say, like, I've never listened to a podcast before, but because you asked me to in this challenge group, I now found like a whole new world of information. Bam. Great free way to give someone access to something and let them into our Beachbody world. Also, another thing I do is I send holiday cards to all of my customers, and it takes a long time to put them together. I'm actually going to start writing them probably in September to get them all out. But I handwrite every single one, and I try to send a little message about them. So, about their journey, about their family, something, so that they know I remember them. The other thing I do is I send them cards just cause, people like to receive stuff in the mail. You don't have to give them a gift. You don't have to give away free Shakeology. You don't have to do any of that, but just a note that says, you know what, you rock. And I know I tell you rock all the time virtually, but I'm going to tell you rock over my sloppy handwriting, and they appreciate that, and they get it in the mail, and they're just like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Another thing I do, if I have local challengers, I'm going to make it a point to meet up with them one day. It may not be within the 30-day challenge. I might be busy, but it's going to happen. I'm going to see them again, because them knowing that you want to know them is so valuable. And even if, you have one local challenger and everybody else is on the West Coast and you're not going to see them, the fact that you went out to see that one local challenger will mean the world to the other women. Because they're just going to be like, wow, like she, stepped out of her house, got in her car, drove to see this person. She really cares about us. And if she was locally, she would do the same thing for us. So, those are extra steps. I know some people have done Zoom calls with their challengers, just like, let's hang out. I like you. Make sure that those people who are investing in you and believing that you can take them through this journey understand how much you appreciate them. Because that will give you repeat customers, and that'll give you amazing word of mouth, more than you can ever pay for with marketing, more than you can ever do if all you do is run a challenge group and your entire challenge group is on Hootsuite and you never check in. I had someone ask me the other day, she had participated in some type of group before and said that the person running the group only checked in twice a week. I can't even imagine that. I check in twice a day because my challenges are so important to me. Their success is my success. Their stories are my story. Their everyday life changes like that. And you know this, it's just like, how could I only check in twice, every 2 weeks? Like in 2 weeks, so much could happen. You could lose 10 pounds. You can have an incident that changes, the way that your day goes. So I hope you're doing more than just checking once a day. I hope that you're doing more than just checking meals. I hope that you're going above and beyond and putting the people over the profit. Because that's what's going to help you grow your business and be successful and be a professional and have people understand that you are not just a distributor of a product. You are a coach and you know what you're doing. So I hope this was helpful. I absolutely recommend this book to every single one of you. And I think that it'd be cool to hear the kind of ideas that you come up with to put people over profit. Thank you.